The only way to make millions of dollars selling on Amazon, and we've helped hundreds of students become millionaires with our strategies at Seller Systems, is to make sure that your listings convert. Now, the main image helps you get the click. It's the secondary images that are going to help you increase your conversion rate. And every single percentage point of increase in conversion rate matters. So what Anthony, one of our lead coaches here at Seller Systems, is going to walk through is how to set up your secondary images to make sure that you are maximizing your conversion rate so that you can beat your competition. And it makes the difference between failing on Amazon and becoming a millionaire on Amazon. Take a look at what he has to say. And if you want to join the next class, make sure you click below. We'll have a link there to sign up. This class, one he just taught on conversion rates, and the replay is available right now as well. So you can find that replay below as well. I'll see you there.
Secondary images, there's a little bit more nuance here. And like main images you can create very easily. Secondary images is where you're going to see the improvement in conversion rate. This is a little bit of a larger barrier, a larger moat to the process. So if you can kind of wrap your head around this, it's going to be very helpful. Now, this secondary image matrix is something I'm really proud of, and I've been sharing for years now. And the reason why it's really important to understand this is because, again, the vast majority of images on the Amazon platform are going to fall into one of these 16 groups. And so if you look at a niche and you're trying to determine, okay, why are the competitors beating me? If you look at it as like, well, my images are bad and everyone else's are good, I don't know where to go from here. It seems like this huge mountain that you have to climb. It's very, very difficult. But if you start to break things down into smaller pieces, smaller components, and you can wrap your head around the smaller pieces, then you get to see the bigger picture. And so with the secondary image matrix, we have these 16 categories, these 16 groups. A product anatomy is just a graphic that's pointing to different areas of the product, and it's basically explaining what they are. That's really all there is to it. It's pretty straightforward. For a metrics graphic, this is some kind of quantifiable, tangible benefit of your product that you can express in a numerical way. So on this graphic here, it's showing you that this can charge your iPhone very quickly and like 40% faster. A how-to is explaining how something works, pretty straightforward. Applications is something that's very common. It's showing all of the different ways that you can use the product. So with these kids' binoculars, it's good for bird watching. It's good for sporting events. A single feature / benefit, this is going to be the most common graphic that you see. This can be about almost anything, but it's one graphic that's talking about one singular feature or benefit of the product. So with the kids' binoculars, talking about durability, talking about the quality of the lenses. A multi-feature graphic, again, this can cover a range of different topics, but it's just talking about multiple features or multiple benefits all inside of one graphic.
Hey, if you're enjoying this content, you're going to love the master classes that we host on a regular basis. We've got over 1,000 members in our private community, and over 400 of them are already doing over $1 million. We regularly host master classes with hundreds of students, and you can find out more below. Join us.
A testimonial is something you're not really supposed to put a testimonial inside of your image. Sometimes you can get away with it, but it's more of like you're indicating this is what someone said about the product, or a sentiment that people who have purchased the product have. This can also include like what is a little bit more allowed. You definitely shouldn't like screenshot a testimonial and put it in your gallery. Like that is 100% not allowed. That is against TOS. You can actually get in a lot of trouble for this. But if you're putting like something in quotes, that's okay. But if you're putting like something in quotes and then putting like 5-star rating on there, you're putting like the star icons, that's really risky. From my understanding, what Amazon wants to avoid with testimonials is, let's say either A, the testimonial that you're highlighting never existed and you're fabricating a testimonial. Amazon wants the reviews on the platform and nothing else, right? They don't want people to look at the images and say, oh, well, I've already read a couple of reviews. It's showing me like screenshots of the reviews and the images. They want to avoid that. They want to maintain the integrity of the review system that they have. The other reason, from my understanding, that they don't like testimonial graphics is like, what happens if someone would buy the product and then like they return it and they had an initial good reaction, but then it didn't turn out to be a positive reaction in the end. So if you're putting something in quotes, as long as you don't have like the stars around it, it's a little bit more safe. The safest is like, let's say, whether paid or it's genuine, if you have like press mentions. And so it's like, hey, we were featured on CNBC or we were featured on BuzzFeed for like the top 10 Christmas products. That's like also, it's what external people are saying about your product. UGC is user generated content. And this is going to be, you're going to be able to tell it's a UGC image because it doesn't look like it's professionally done. It looks like it's much more DIY, maybe done by an influencer, something like that. Safety is just really about the product safety. In this case, it's like, is this product safe for kids? Is the plastic safe? With tech products, it can also be things like compatibility. Sizing is pretty straightforward. Inclusions is just what's included in the product. A competitor comparison compares us to a competitor. Seasonal is like, it can be a specific for a holiday, it can be specific for a season, or it can be like a graphic that's supposed to be giftable, talking about the giftability of a product. That's the most common. We'll see that in this niche. And then lifestyle, typically lifestyle for me is going to be just an image with no text. If it's a lifestyle image, but then it has some text that's supposed to reinforce a specific point, I'm going to categorize that as a single feature or a benefit.